Jumping pixels in the neon night. A dabble here, a dabble there, it feels so right. Annie's got the joystick leading the fight. Level up last till the morning light. Walks on Wednesdays, press start to play. It's a dabble in chaos, the game buffet. Dabble one up, don't delay. Walks on Wednesdays, it's the highlight of the day. Control yourself, no rage quitting here. With Annie's jokes, the lag disappears. Pixelated dreams, 8-bit cheer. Every Wednesday night, the fun is clear. From Mario's pipes to a portal's twist, it's a gaming galaxy you won't wanna miss. Walks on Wednesdays, press start to play. It's a dabble in chaos, a game buffet. Grab a one up, don't delay. Walks on Wednesdays, it's the highlight of the day. Coins are clinking, hearts are sinking, and it's quick wit has us thinking. A dabble dash, a power up dash, warping through worlds in a pixel flash.
Well, welcome back to the Warp Zone, Annie's weekly roundup where me, Annie, wraps up my week and tells you what I'm been up to and what I'm going to get up to. As usual, we have Spurk Snake here in the back. Hi, Snake.
Hello.
How you doing today?
Pretty good. A little tired from yesterday. We had a long day yesterday.
You know, we haven't had an episode of this
lot of
show
fun.
since last year. Boo, boo,
That was a long
boo.
time.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. All right, anyway, glad to have you back. Of course, we're going to have Dee Dee and Jake coming up here soon. Last night, we played poker, which Tim422 in the chat was there, and it actually went pretty well. We had the biggest turnout. You streamed it, and it actually went pretty well as far as streaming went. We had Kip play, as well as two other people that I've never heard of before, and it was nice to have new faces. Dee Dee was in the Discord, so in the future, if we're doing our poker night, which is the first Tuesday of every month, you can join even if you don't want to play. You can just join in the Discord and hang out and talk and, you know, be in the room and hang out with us. And if Snake decides to stream it, I will screen share it on Discord so people can watch, and vice versa. If I stream it, then Snake can screen share on Discord, and then you can watch it on there. So at least, you know, the people that are, like, audio only are able to watch it if they want to. So, something to improve the stream next time.
Absolutely. Good job.
But
Sorry.
the night before that, Snake, of course, did his weekly, what do you call it? Just game show stream?
Yeah, it's game show game night. Because
Game show
I'm
game, yes,
silly
because
like-
you're not specifically watching like GCN like episodes or whatever. You are playing the game that those are based on and
Correct.
doing your own like audience interaction about it. To clarify,
Yes. Yeah, Monday went very well. The owner of the Dabbleverse, the financier, stopped by and dropped a few dollars on me to help get to the actual goal that I didn't tell anybody, except you and maybe a few people. But yeah, home improvement stuff. It's awesome. So like, I was really excited for that. But I like you, and I think we'll segue into it a little bit more here in a moment. But like, the super tip voices got used. I was really happy. Like, I put work into making a couple of them, and it's a pain in the butt. You did it yourself for yours.
Yeah.
Excalibur, correct? Right. I got
yes,
the name right.
great segue because I did want to cover that. Excalibur is the name of the AI voice that I did, which is based on Jen Taylor's Cortana, Halsey, and the new AI in Halo, Joyous. She voice acts all three of them, so I took a bit of snippets of all three of them because I wanted not just Jen Taylor, and I didn't want just Cortana, and I didn't want just Halsey, so I just like, all right, I'm going to make an amalgam and then make my own custom one. So it's definitely parody. No question about that.
See, we could talk about it more in depth later. Parody usually refers to humor or a humorous thing, like satire. This is literally like imitation, but it's weird here in America. Like I was mentioning to you before, it's really Wild West. But anywho's, more about the technical fun stuff. You cut audio for that. So like, you had to clip it out and put it all together. And so between me and you, we've made about 6 different voices. And yours came out spot on the first try. Great. And I'm watching other people make them now because supertip.gg/Annie.
Thanks. You can scan this QR code here if you want to. Otherwise, the little scroll is down there on the bottom. Link is pinned in the chat.
Yay. Our buddy Lou, he made one of Joey, and it didn't quite sound like Joey. I listened to it a little bit this morning, and he didn't crop the picture, so it's like a photo of Joey's head instead of just being a Joey head. So, like, there's little things like that I want to be able to help people improve with. And I'm very curious to find out what you have lined up for that third voice.
I have a couple ideas, but the problem is I don't want to settle on just one and then, be like out of voices, because 3 is like, so limiting. And I understand, Melton made it abundantly clear. We're no longer in the beta phase. The people that were in the beta, they have the perk of being in the beta and having all the extra voices. Don't fucking ask me for extra voices. We'll do it when we fucking do it.
See,
like,
I'm glad
So, I knowing that, I don't want to use that third credit and then dislike it and then have to refund it and keep redoing it. So I'm trying to find like the perfect one, but I don't want to go with just another voice from Halo because that would be too easy. Even though I could, definitely find a character that I would like and want. I've thought about Charlie, Moist Critical, Penguin Z0. He's like the biggest commentary YouTuber. I think that's a great one because I listen to him all the time and I like his voice anyway. It's really easy to, I think, capture it too because he doesn't have a crazy amount of range, so it's really easy to get a mimic of his voice. Just like it was with the Master Chief voice I did. The other voice that I had an idea for was Vito Giswaldi, mostly just so people could make fun of him. I like Vito and I like his voice, but I know other people don't, so I think it would be a good idea to have people be able to like use his voice in a funny way.
right, correct.
Because as you said, he's not necessarily funny, so it would be nice to have somebody say something funny with him.
Well, it's the same with Steel Toe. He's not necessarily funny, but he's said some funny stuff on Super Tip, that's for sure.
And then I had some ideas for like cartoon characters. Like I thought about Grim from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh.
Like, there's some really good like just out of nowhere characters that like I saw Final Boss did Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm like, that's a good idea, like get a video game character because they're classic. If Laura Croft had more voice lines, I think she'd be a great one. The new Laura Croft does. Yeah, the newer one does, but I digress. So I'm excited to play around with it, and I was reached out to by somebody a couple days ago. Missed the message because I don't have notifications on Twitter, because if I do, it'll make me be on Twitter a lot more. So I specifically have all notifications for Twitter off forever. So I only see things on Twitter when I'm on it.
Right.
So
I have app mentions on.
So I was on there, and I always, because of the Underverse, I always have one message. But sometimes I have another message, and I don't realize it. So I click in there, and somebody had asked me, hey, would you be willing to help me make some Super Tip voices? And I replied to them saying, yeah, sure, absolutely, I'd be happy to. And if they're watching this stream, hit me up. I don't know when today I'll be able to have. It might be late. I honestly don't know. Today's kind of busy for me, but we'll see. We'll see what I can do. Either way, I'm happy to help. I think that pretty much covers the beginning things. I want to talk about some more video game stuff, but we can do that later into the show. Not sure exactly how to segment into it, so I'm just going to give them a moment to prepare. I have, of course, our news anchor, Jake. He is going to be bringing in a news topic. He mentioned something about the Scarlett and Matt Mead situation. I do want to talk about that more in detail. That's not what he's bringing in. But I do want to talk about that once all of our guests are on the stage. So, without further ado, let's bring on Jake, the news anchor. Hey, Jake.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
It's good to have you on. How are you this morning?
Yeah, sorry about earlier on the backstage. When we were backstage, my tablet started acting up again.
Hey, no worries.
What's up?
So, what's new?
Number one, they're saying that Chad Zumach struck Chad Buzmach. I'm trying to find the video that they struck, but
Chad
you
struck
agree?
the Clipper, Chad Buzmach. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know why he struck him, other than I don't like him and he's clipping and reusing my content and making fun of me?
I don't know. I don't know. People. There's people on Twitter were saying I couldn't, but I'm trying to find the stuff. I should have had all this. I should have had all this ready to go, but
Hey, that's
but
okay.
dealing with 101 problems and life sometimes gets into the thing. Also, Happy New Year from the Warp Zone.
Happy New Year. I'm glad to have you back. Do you
Happy
have
New
any
Year.
other interesting topics? What's new with you?
Number one, Joey resigned. Joey.
That's true. Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that. Joey resigned from his run from presidency. He was, of course, going to run for the 2028 run. And
Yeah.
as anyone would know, he, of course, has a great shot. Now, here's a really, really good question. Why, if he has resigned, would he not take down his website?
Because I think Alex Don is running that for him.
Okay, I'm just saying, if you're gonna pull out from a running for president, you shouldn't still be able to send him a message. You shouldn't be able to give him your personal information. He shouldn't be giving out people's personal information. Whoever's phone number this is, even if that's his phone number, he shouldn't be putting this here anymore if he has actually pulled out for presidency. I know there was like never really a chance that Joey's he wasn't really gonna run for president, even if he like actually signed up and went for it.
Yeah.
I don't think he was gonna tour around the country and do rallies and stuff like that. Maybe I'm just a Joey hater. I don't know. I would have liked to see it coming. Now, the reason I have a little bit of doubt for him is because it is now currently January 7th, and Joey has still not announced tickets for CatalanoCon.
Yeah.
I want to go, and I need to figure out when it is because I already have one trip booked this year, and I have another trip I'm trying to plan this year. So I want to make sure if CatalanoCon is coming up, then I need to be able to make sure I have money and I can get time off from
Hackmania?
work. Exactly, Hackmania is one of them. So
Yes.
now that I'm all fired up and I'm annoyed, I'm gonna get somebody else in here that is sometimes fired up and annoyed. We have Dee Dee, who comes in here, and she was going to rant and rave about something that she is upset about. So, without further ado, hi Dee Dee, how are you?
Not upset, Annie. Disgusted.
Not upset, disgusted. Oh, that's right.
Disgusted.
How are you feeling right now, Dee Dee?
I'm still sick, Jakey. That's one of the things I'm disgusted with.
She's been.
You sound good, though.
I'm getting
She's
better.
been sick for the last 2 days. She's been
Yeah.
sick for the last 2 days to the point where she never went to work last 2 days.
Thanks, Jake. Telling everybody I'm
Docs.
slacking.
I talk to her every day, so
Yes, Jake and I are phone buddies. We chit chat all day.
yeah.
So besides being sick, what's upsetting you?
Okay, so you said you're gonna touch on the Scarlett Matt Mead situation, so we'll postpone that. That's one of my big disgusts.
She followed me on
Um,
Twitter.
Ooh,
That's
nice.
good. But I'm disgusted with the lack of engagement on my personal Twitter from my Dabbleverse friends. I consider these people friends. I engage. I have no engagement. I don't get a comment. I don't get a like.
I
I don't
tweet
get a
your, I tweet you a lot. I tweet both the accounts.
Jacob Nadler. Ja-
I was
just
just
yelled
going to
you.
say
Sorry.
both accounts right there.
Jacob
Two
Hudson,
accounts.
stop. Jacob Hudson, seriously though, like I'm trying to engage with everybody. I don't have time to chat anymore, but like when I go on Twitter, I don't see anybody active, and I don't know where people in the Dabbleverse communicate aside from Reddit and
Discord.
Twitter. So that's what disgusts me. So everybody, all of you watching, everybody, better get on my Twitter and comment, please. Thank you. That's all.
Well, you have you
Oh.
have two accounts. Which one do you want people to comment
I'm
on?
right now. I'm
What-
Loophole Lady. Also,
Right
Mommy's
now.
on an old phone that I have hardly never have access to because it's always dead because I don't use it anymore. So definitely follow me at Loophole Lady. Also, Mommy sits there inactive. Like
Yes,
17 other accounts that went with 17 other phones that I had to get rid of.
On chat, but you know what I'm doing.
That's it, Annie. What's up, girl?
Okay, so I not to like make fun of you, but your gripe is that people aren't paying enough attention to you on Twitter.
Yes! Is that not enough? I don't feel good. I'm home, sick. You think one person will be like, wonder what Dee Dee's doing today? Hey, girl, how you feeling? How's life? I'm wearing my Ray DeVito shirt. Hasn't checked on me. I'm everybody's biggest fan. Nobody's a fucking fan of mine. Not a
Here,
single
there you
fan.
go. I
Oh,
retweeted
Jake,
whatever the
Jake.
fuck this nonsense is,
The
And-
bird dog, first of
and
all.
and I hearted it,
Oh, that was the wrong.
and I'm gonna also do one of those for you.
Keep it up, Annie. I see it coming up on my screen. Notifications. That's what I want to see.
Hey, so by the way, I was trying to say this before I got backstage, but Johnny Carson gave me a $20 tip yesterday.
What? Carson.
Is that the famous
Cut your
comedian?
shit up.
No, Johnny F. Carson, the fish guy.
The fish guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a fan of Echo Pineapple as well. I think he doesn't like me.
Oh, heck no. Don't tell me that because me and Carson
Well-
have coffee on Sundays and I will have a firm talk with him.
Well, no. Here's the thing. Like, he's not really a dabbler. Like, he doesn't know every
Oh, no. He's one
joke.
of the others.
Right. No, he doesn't know every reference. So one day I was on with Echo Pineapple, and there was a $2 super chat that came in, and he was like, "Oh, blah blah blah," whatever the comment was, and I instinctively, reflexively said, "We get to keep 38 cents of that," like because of Aaron
Oh.
Imholt. But he took
Why
it as a
would-
slight. You know what I mean? Like
Yes,
me not
'cause-
being grateful, but I wasn't. I was making fun of Aaron to Echo, more or less. I didn't know the guy didn't know what I was doing.
So I get it. Next time you have to wait for him to say, why, whatever will I do with this? Wherever will I spend it? John style.
There you
Oh,
go. So that's a joke that he'll get that I make. Like, he doesn't know who Imholt is, so he thought I was being ungrateful, which I'm not.
I like
Also-
Eccles drop that. Oi, a super sticker. What are you, bloody homeless? I like that one.
Hey, Annie, can you help me with voices?
Aw.
With the super tip voices?
I will see what I can do for you. If you message me on Twitter, let me know what you're looking for. If you already have the just you?
My voice.
okay, message me on Twitter about it to remind me.
All right, I will when I get a chance.
But by the way,
Uh,
let's get into
oh,
Scarlett and Matt Mead because I know that's what we're really wanting to talk about. Like I've mentioned before, this is now the 7th episode, and this isn't exclusively about the Hackverse or Dabbleverse. It's really about me. That's what this show is about. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because after we streamed on New Year's Eve, I went to work, had a nice night, and then I got off, and whenever Melton started streaming, I was busy doing other things. I was hanging out with Dylan, and so I missed most of it. So I was like, oh shit, they're still streaming when I woke up. So I just waited for the whole thing to be done streaming and then started the 11-hour live stream and just started watching through of it.
11 hours?
Yeah, it was 11 hours. That's why I didn't catch it live. It was way too long and way too much.
Can't even.
I work typically 6 to 8 hours a day, so I have at least that much time to listen to a podcast. So over two
And
or
that's
three.
what you want to do in your spare time, Annie?
It's not spare time. I have nothing else to do while I'm at work. What am I going to listen to?
While you're working, you listen.
Yeah, what else am I going to do? Listen to the store radio
Mhm.
and drive myself insane? No, absolutely not. No. So I listen to podcasts because it keeps me jovial and happy because I'm listening to something that makes me happy while I'm doing something that I'm good at and efficient at. So I can, like, combine the two
Be
feelings.
productive.
I can combine the two feelings of being good and feeling good and be like, okay, I'm having a good day, you know. But if something interrupts me listening to my stuff, I get in a grumpier mood because then I just have to listen to the same songs on loop and listen to people talk. It's
I understand.
so, yes, I have at least 6 hours a day to listen to podcasts, at least.
Okay.
So I caught up on the first half of the Melton stream and then started listening to other things. While I'm at home, I like to listen to, like, WATP if I haven't caught up on it. Usually I am because I'm on the Wednesday episodes, and
Yeah.
on Saturday, I usually listen to that while I go into work. So I'm listening to that live, usually.
Do you still watch Dick? The Biggest Problem? Any of that?
Well, Biggest Problem's sort of on hiatus right now. They did their
Yeah.
they did a bonus episode where Dick gave Vito an ultimatum, basically being like, "You're done moderating the show at all and the audience and things like that, or I'm quitting the show. I can't fire you because I literally gave you half the trademark. You own the show basically, so I'm quitting if you won't stop." I haven't seen the episode, but that's what I heard. The Dick show, yes, of course, I listen to that all the time. Now, because Dick only does once a week, I don't, he's not on YouTube, so it's on my podcast player. So I listen to that, like, when I'm in the car or when I'm going on an errand or something like that. When it's just, like, me time, I put on, the Dick show. And it's nice because some episodes are 2 or 3 hours long, so I have, you know, like, a 7-minute drive split over 2 hours is a lot
Yeah.
of podcast time. So usually I'm done with the episode by the time the next episode comes out because of the way I listen to it.
Okay. And I totally forgot that he wasn't on YouTube anymore. And I never check my podcast player, like my app, my iTunes, whatever that is, Spotify. That's where I
Mm.
listen to my podcast. I never check it anymore because I'm on YouTube all the time. So thanks for reminding me. I gotta add it.
Yeah, his
That's one of my
audio stuff is
favorites.
free, but if you want any of the video versions, you have to pay
No.
for it.
Yeah,
I'm a
on
listener. I can't even
Patreon,
chat
on
anymore.
Yeah.
My eyes are bad.
So I'm fine with audio only for most podcasts. But like I was saying, I broke up the Melton stream. The first half was good. He was just covering random people. He got a little high, so he was having a good time. Moody came on, and then they started watching the BYB, where Snake, interestingly, was on there, and Scarlet
boy.
came on, and
Toast.
now, she was in the chat during the time, so they didn't really get to finish the entire segment of BYB because she was saying stuff in the chat. I, at the time, like I said, I would listen to it after the fact, so I wasn't watching the live chat, I was listening to it. So I'm like, whatever she's saying in the chat, I'm not going to bother and open up the chat and
Yeah.
find out what she
Hey,
had
Annie?
said.
Annie.
What?
I'm going off little to no sleep. So are you done with me?
Of course, if you want to hop off, you have no obligation.
Love you,
I'm
Jakey.
sorry.
Thanks for stopping by.
I haven't slept. I haven't even been to sleep.
Take your nap and call me later.
All right, love you, sweetheart.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry, go ahead, Annie.
Okay, so I'm going to move you right there.
I like being under you.
Well, I was gonna move you over there, but I like seeing my nameplate because like I said, I made it fancy. So, I was gonna move you, but I'm gonna just leave you right there.
Thank you.
So she was saying stuff, and then Melton sent her the link, basically saying, "Why don't you just come on here and say what you have to say? Because clearly you're not making any sense in the text chat." Didn't-
Or on panel
I
on
was-
BYB. There
I was gonna
no
say,
sense going
I
on for
think
that
that's-
whole thing.
It didn't help when she came on the stream either for her to make sense either. Jake, don't be sorry. Thank you very much for showing up. You did a great job. I
Yeah.
appreciate the news. I wouldn't know.
love Jakey.
I wouldn't know that Chad is such a scumbag without you.
Exactly.
Yes.
How
Well-
dare you check Boozma? That's
Okay.
my man.
If you strike the Clippers, you know you've hit a low. Because
It's
that's
really
just
low.
you. You're just striking yourself.
Literally, you said it. We're just showcasing it.
Now, yeah, some of them make a little bit more. Like Chad Boozmock does call him and like fact check him, and I could understand why that would be a little infuriating when you're like, "What? Stop telling people I'm lying," but stop
Mhm.
lying.
I love those side by side videos. First you said this, then you said that. It's like,
And talking of lying, there seemed to be a lot of it going on during this. I can't tell who is telling the truth because both of them seem to be schizo. I don't know if they actually have
it's
schizophrenia,
more
but
about-
they definitely are not all together all the time. They have a lot of lucidity going on in brief
Yes.
like bursts, but then they just go back to being wacky in
All
my
over the
opinion.
place.
Yeah.
All it's.
Go ahead, Spur.
Oh, I was gonna say it's very Bisconte-esque with the sentence structuring. Like, just you said it. You know, it's like what I'm doing now. I'm starting a sentence and then changing my thought midstream. It's not a good thing. And when she was on panel with me and Quadi, she said she's on Prozac, and that's like that's not a. Oh, I'm gonna get wasted on Xanax and have fun. Like Prozac is a thing that people do to like maintain.
So even
Like,
that there, if there's other chemicals, like I take medication for my mental health. I don't like hide that or lie about that. I'm very open with everybody. And I think that any mixing any kind of other substances with that kind of medication, Prozac, I've never taken Prozac. I've taken Paxils, like a sister to Prozac. I gained like 500 pounds, but that's a whole story for another day. But I felt so much better on it. So I'm sure the medication would work if they let it. I that makes me so sad that there's an identified mental health issue in such a young woman, and with this world that we're in and everybody coming in. Go ahead, Annie. I'm like gonna go off on a tangent.
No, I need to turn on my light anyway, so go ahead and finish what you're
Okay.
saying.
Well, that's kind of why you're here a little bit too, Didi, is to like get that rant out. I owe you an apology because you came on that stream that night, and
You
I was
ditched me.
so tired. I was so tired. I couldn't handle the.
There, sorry, I didn't like my
conversation that was-
lighting.
It went from a hangout stream to a Dateline, and I was like, I can't do this. I gotta go. Thank you.
Yeah,
And I
especially
just-
since you were nice and toasty, you know, like
Yes.
if you were just on a regular night, it would be one thing. You probably could have put up with it. You still wouldn't want to, but like then you start getting
When she said
anxiety and like your
toasty-
head starts spinning because you're like
What were you smoking or drinking? Spur?
edibles.
I had some edibles, and I took them right at the beginning of the show, and I had already done. I was 3 hours in.
Oh
and
wow.
Then Scarlett just comes on 3 hours in, and I put in another whatever it was, half hour, and then
Then I came
I was like, this is. I was like, this isn't gonna end. you know,
no,
it was
wasn't
about-
gonna. I had to
it was
get
about-
out too.
Yeah, it was about 11:15. Dylan was live by then. I was like, you know what? I gotta switch streams. I gotta go have fun with my boy. And then
It's New Year's Eve too. At the stroke
Right.
of midnight, we didn't even pause. We just kept talking. It wasn't even like it was
Yeah,
New
that's-
Year's Eve.
I'm so sorry that happened. So I owe you a
It's
big
not.
apology.
It's
and a big
nothing I
hug for
care
that.
about. I was sitting home doing nothing at all with my dog, so I'm fine with it.
Wait, so did Scarlett leave BYB to go on Melton?
I don't know. I
Yes.
didn't want. I didn't stay that long.
So she was on New Year's Eve?
Yes.
Yes.
New Year's Eve.
Oh,
at
okay.
midnight.
So then
She
I'm
used-
getting my timeline here. I'm saying it out loud for people that are also confused. Melton went live at 10 p.m. Central Time because that's what time zone I'm in. And he streamed for 11 hours. So he was all the way until the early morning. Now, if Scarlett was already live with BYB, that means Melton would have had hours and hours and hours because it was late into the stream when he pulled her up. Meaning that Scarlett got off, probably didn't sleep, had the opportunity, didn't sleep,
Mhm.
Nope.
went up all night. The Clippers packaged it up, sent it to Melton. Melton started watching the clip. Then Scarlett got on Melton's stream and being like, and he's like, well, come on here because I'm not reading all this text.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the night with him and Moody, right?
Yes, that was their
Okay.
New Year's Eve stream. Even though it was so late, it was already New Year's Day morning.
Stupid fucking half British accent, you faggot.
It's only half British, okay? Sorry.
I couldn't believe he kept saying it. That was so funny. Who's
It-
that talking? He's like, my mom.
That was my favorite. That was my favorite thing. A super tip comes up. He's like, "Who the fuck said that?" And then he just starts blaming Moody, and Moody's like, my mouth has to be moving to for me to talk,
I think Moody did a fantastic job with Matt
He
there.
did.
I
One more
had
thing-
I had to DM Moody afterwards. I DM'd him on Twitter and saying, "Hey, I know you know who I am, so I'm not gonna do the whole introduction. Just, hey, I just want to say I really appreciate your ability to handle yourself on there because if I was on that stream, I would think I would have lost my shit. And I'm not gonna fully, but Moody basically just said, yeah, it was about just letting them expose themselves.
That's exactly, unfortunately, that's exactly what it does. You give somebody enough time to speak, you're gonna learn about them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And by all accounts, from what I was witnessing when Scarlett was in his house, that was something that intervention as a viewer, I felt we were all responsible if we were watching. And if we weren't gonna somehow see to it that she was safe, then we shouldn't even engage in this. But now that she's back in Wisconsin and he's wherever, it's I don't know. When you're in these relationships, no contact is probably the best way to go to actually break apart. And it seems that like even yesterday I heard him say, I don't know, maybe I'm fucked up because I'm still in love with her. That's exactly it. You're fucked up. Because if you love her, you would want her to get her help. You get your help. And in another life, when we're both healthy, maybe we could come back together. Right. But
But why?
at this stage, I don't know.
Le-
This is
le-
not anything that can be worked out while
as
they're
somebody
both
who's been in an
invested.
abusive relationship, love isn't enough. Love, there's got to be other things than just love.
It's
No, that's,
go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I feel like there's like that stupid cliche that you should like marry your best friend or whatever, and I think that's kind of you want somebody who is sort of like you because you're gonna be around that person for a very long time, hopefully, and you don't want to get bored of them.
Well,
And with Scarlett, I wouldn't get bored with her. It's the opposite. There's too much going on, and I'm a very
Mhm.
quiet person, and I
Yeah,
can't
there's a little bit of
handle
like overstimulation going
bouncing
on.
off the walls. Yeah,
I think I do. I think I did that to my husband like a lot because I'm just all the time, and he's very excitable, but not about the things I'm excitable about. Like total polar opposite excitability levels at different times. So when over the last couple years, as he and I have slowly uh come apart in front of everybody, thank you. Um, I've noticed that there's so much truth to that, like friendship. And I posted today the name of a philosopher whose name I can't on Twitter. I can't even pronounce his name, but I love reading what he writes because his philosophy is basically that. Like, if you're with your best friend, you will never get bored of them. You'll get mad at them, you'll have ups, you'll have downs, but you're never gonna, like, truly, genuinely, if that's someone that shares your interests and isn't just putting on until you get there and then all of a sudden you guys aren't
Right.
alike. Yeah, like I've met many men in my lifetime who loved everything I liked until like the real time came, and then all of a sudden, no.
Oh, what did I mess up?
Annie, what did you do to us?
I messed everything up. I gotta click that button again.
Oh, we're back.
I was editing the layout
No.
because
I hit.
I want to make sure I
thought
don't
was in
cover
the text
things.
box. Yes. No, I thought I was in the chat box because I was gonna laugh at what Tim said because like Dee Dee was mentioning her philosopher and Tim says it's a Edgar Allan Poe.
No,
Ah, yes.
it's Gosh, let me go on
Nietzsche?
Twitter while we talk. Yes, him. I can't pronounce it. How do you say it?
Nietzsche.
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 Not
Super smart.
Negro.
Friedrich
Nietzsche.
No. Yeah, Friedrich Nietzsche, I believe. Is
Super, like, I've been reading so much of it and I'm just so excited by it because I'm like, there's life after this. I keep telling myself.
Oh, I hit a hotkey is what I was saying, Annie. My bad.
Ah, okay. It was funny because I was clicking right there to like edit the layout, and I hit save, and then it changed, and I was like, "Oops, must have hit something wrong."
I went to
No
go
idea
hit
what you nerds are
LOL,
talking
and
about.
and L is for layout. It'll.
So I guess I'll tell you on StreamYard at the bottom here, if you're the one hosting, you have all these little buttons to move the cameras around,
Okay.
and I was changing where the cameras were, so the next time I can have Jake right here next to my finger on the camera, and you can be down here, and then when Dylan's on the show, he's going to be down over here. So that's what I was moving around, and when I hit save, he accidentally moved one of these cameras to like this, and that's why you disappeared, is because he hit something right when I hit something. It was just a weird coincidence.
Yeah, it was a very strange coincidence, or just poor timing on my.
Okay. You nerds do your nerd stuff. I'm just gonna sit here and smile.
Hey, you asked. Not really, but
Annie, are you gonna room with anybody in Vegas? Or are you like one of those like
so
by yourself girls?
This is a good question. Friend of the show, Mondays Weekly. I really want
I
him
know
to
him.
go, but he has not bought his ticket or his plane ticket because of things. And
Life.
well, things.
Okay.
Not necessarily life. He can buy them. There's just other things preventing him from doing it. So when I had initially started talking about going to Hackmania, I had thrown out the idea of getting a suite.
Mm-hmm.
But I never got any confirmation of who was even going, who would want to go in the suite. I never got any sort of thing on that. So as the date got closer and closer and closer, still didn't hear anything about it. And now that's partially me. Wasn't reaching out, but they also didn't reach out and say, "Hey, they're announcing Hackmania. Do you still have plans to get the suite?" No, but there was just a lack of
Yeah.
communication. So, the one person I 100% needed and wanted to go was Spurgsnake because I'm paying for his tickets and stuff. So, I was like, okay, the event is live. I'm booking it because I have the money in my account. I need to book it right now and just be done worrying about it. So, I booked myself a room and himself a room. We both have a single king. Now, because of how much Hackmania is going off on a success, allegedly, they're running out of dual queen rooms.
Okay.
And that's been confirmed when somebody tried to call the hotel and like dunk on them and try to dunk on them and be like, "Oh, you're not out of rooms, are you?" And they're like, "Well, yeah, actually, that's kind of true." But
Fucking cornball. Fuck you, Kevin Brennan.
So-
That's what you get for trying to be funny.
that being said, Mondays did finally reach out to me and he mentioned the suite, and I said, "Okay, well, I'm not doing that because I already booked my rooms and I never, I wasn't gonna go for the whole suite and spend all this money and then end up like Pulper with an empty suite,
Exactly.
So,
Love you, Pulper.
I didn't want to do that, so I just got the rooms. Now, he still hasn't booked anything, and if it's possible, I need to call up to the hotel and see if there is a queen room, so I can have the 2 beds, and then I can have him get in there. Because another friend of the show, Grum TV, is going to be in one day early and one day late, and he only booked for the event. So he needs a place to crash both one day early, one day late. So because Snake and I have a room, I'm going to alternate which one of us is the burden. I'm going to put him in my room the first night and him in Snake's room the last night. And if Snake doesn't like it, then he can go sleep in the casino, whatever.
Sounds like a plan. And I'll sleep with Mondays.
If I could get
We
either
could.
of those rooms to have a queen, it would be great because then I could just have Mondays in there as well, and I wouldn't have to have we wouldn't have to have another room booking. I'm not sure though because again, Mondays hasn't 100% confirmed and purchased anything, so I don't know if he's going.
I was considering like just going and putting everybody on the spot like Ray DeVito does. Just like, oh, I don't have a
You just
room,
show
but
up.
I brought my laundry basket.
Hold on, Tim.
And
Let
then-
Show
me
up with
pull
your
this up.
blanket.
Let's see. You're getting in on the 9th, which is Thursday. Okay, I'm getting in Wednesday night. Really, I'm
Ooh.
getting it like 10:30 Vegas
How much
time.
gambling are you gonna do?
Probably little to none unless somebody else is inviting me to do it because I don't like losing and spending money.
Just do it.
I don't
Well, see,
have
that's-
money to do that with.
No, I'm saying just do
Right.
it.
No, just
Just
do it.
do it.
I
Shoot.
was gonna see
Nike.
if you wanted to play some blackjack, though, Andy. Like
Yes,
I would like to sit at a
if
table
there's
and
like a
play
10 if there's
couple
like $10 hands or whatever, yeah, I'm sure with that. But
Right.
I'm not paying $20 a hand, because I'm gonna play 2 hands and be like, well, that was all my money for Vegas. Goodbye. Because I don't have a lot of spending money. I have money for the essentials, and then I'm like, okay, then I'm good because while I'm traveling, I'm very in the moment. I'm just cool, just hanging out and observing and talking
Me
with people and stuff
too.
like that.
I'm a
I don't need to
people
go.
watcher.
I don't need to
If I
go to
don't spend
Action Mountain.
money-
I don't need to do the zip lining. I don't need to go to this. I don't need to go to that. I would like to, and if people want
Just
to,
so you
I
know.
will try to make sure that I budget money for that instead of other stuff. But
I personally,
as I've
Annie,
said
I'm
many
not that-
times, I'm poor, and I budget my money for what I absolutely need.
Mm-hmm.
Send
Yeah,
me your
I'll- you-
list. Every time I
do it
land in
for you.
Vegas, I go right to the Walmart and I buy everything I need, and I don't shop. I don't go to a restaurant. I don't go to.
That's what we.
That's it. I
With these other
I
trips,
eat in my room.
with the other trips I've gone to, I've driven, so I've just taken a car full of shit. I would order.
Okay.
I would order like meal prep, specifically Factor, and I would just order a cooler full of Factor, and then just throughout the week I would just throw in microwave meal. I remember at DabbleCon too, I had the fridge. I think I brought 38 meals total, and I had like 4 people staying in the house. So I was just like, if you're hungry, eat. Don't ask. It'd be nice to be like, hey, I'm taking one of these, so I know where they're going. But
Yeah.
you don't have to ask, hey, can I have one of these? Can I have one of those? Just be like, hey, I'm grabbing a food. Hey, because I don't want my crew to be hungry. I don't want them to be lacking. When we're
No
30
lacking
when we're
with
30
Annie.
when we're 30 beers deep, I don't want somebody like falling over and like, oh, I'm not feeling good. I'm like, have you had water? Do you need an antacid? Do you need some caffeine? Do you need some water?
Pharmacist
like,
Annie.
I'm camp mom in video games and in real life when it comes to like the group. So I'll be like, you guys got
Oh,
shit.
Then what does that make me, Camp Dad?
If you want.
No, I don't want.
Okay, fine. I'll be camp dad. I'll pick up all the
Okay.
bags and you can do the
I
cooking.
love momming. Ask everybody. I'm like wiping their faces at the restaurant. I love momming. I mom so fucking hard.
Yeah. But anyway, to finish that story, I'm
Yeah.
I'm not 100% confirmed whether he's going. So I would need to call him and do the thing anyway because somebody reached out to me and asked, hey, is there any way you can call the hotel for me and see if you can extend my booking because I live across the world and it's going to cost me X amount of dollars just to call them. So if I can be on the phone,
2026?
well, international calling still isn't free
Really?
Yeah, that's not
for other
yeah,
countries. I
can't-
mean, maybe depending on your plan in America, depending on how much you pay, whatever, sure, maybe you have it included, but other countries, they have to,
Didn't know that.
that's big expensive for them. So,
Yes.
if possible, I can do both of them at the same time. I can ask about getting another bedroom for me and also extending my friend's booking, but I'm not sure. That's
Neither here nor there.
that's a little bit problem for me. So I'll worry about that when it comes.
No anxiety there.
No, but there was a lot of anxiety when I was watching this fucking stream. So
Okay.
she comes on and
I haven't seen any of it.
I'm sure there's a clip of it that's a lot more digestible than the full stream because, like I said, it's 11 hours. And first, you're gonna have to scrub to where it starts, and then you're gonna have to put up with all the pauses. And super tips and stuff like that. So maybe watch a clip. I don't know.
No, yeah, I gotcha. I only
I
saw that moody part.
I don't know how to feel about the situation really, because I don't know how much of what Scarlett is telling is the real truth. It seems to be her truth, but that truth also seems to change sometimes. So I don't know. It seems like the truth for her is fluid.
Like, and some people, the truth isn't fluid. Some people are adrenaline is so high, they can't remember what happened. We weren't there, we don't know what substances were in play. So the fluidity I can accept. Like, however, we all saw.
Tim, leave me alone. I'm trying to run the show, okay? I'm sorry it's a train wreck. I'm trying to keep on topic. My bad, buddy.
Not you.
I know.
Yeah. And he
Yeah,
called me a camp grandma. Go on. Not Funniesburg, fuck.
well, the things that we can't
Hey,
confirm
don't make fun of
between
him.
Scarlett and Matt, like you guys were mentioning earlier, there's enough of them making fools of themselves both that Matt's his own worst enemy and Scarlett can't keep a story straight. So nobody's gonna take her serious after 21 hours of streaming from 10 p.m. the night before till 11 a.m. the next day, and then beyond. Taking a nap and getting right back on with Karmic and doing the same thing over again. You can kind of piece it together. Matt's not a good dude, and Scarlett is bad for both her. For her to be in that situation's bad for her head. You know what I mean? Like, and love ain't worth it. Not that much.
Oh no,
it can't be that good.
Love is. Let me tell you, love, sex, none of it is as good as being safe. There's nothing more peaceful in the world than being in a safe place where you know you're safe and you could sleep at night and get rested and all of that. So
Comfort is
probably-
basically my religion.
Yeah,
Amen,
pretty much.
Annie. I've found peace and whew, take me there. I love it. Anytime I get out of that space, I'm like, no.
She got out of there, and then there was discussion of her trying to go back because, well, apparently Matt still has some of her stuff. So
I volunteered to pick it up.
And so did James Balmer, friend of Nobody Likes Onions.
Okay.
Who lives
it's a
in the
good
area and is more than physically and credentially qualified. Qualified, I
Okay.
mean.
Okay,
Credentially
I got you.
qualified.
Yeah, and someone else reached out to me who I know is
So he could definitely do it,
safe.
and all she has to do is say yes, and get in touch with him. But it doesn't seem like she can keep focus on
it.
the goal, because I'm not sure if that's actually what the goal is. The goal seems to be keep moving with her. She wants her
Yeah.
stuff, and then it's like, okay, we're going to go get your stuff. But it's like, but what? That's exactly what you wanted, and now we're giving it to you, and now there's something there's a different focus going on. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if that is the substance that she may or may not be on. I don't know if that is just how she is. And if that's just how she is, then I would imagine that as Matt Mead, it would probably be hard to put up with that when you feel like she's constantly making things up.
Yes. No, I get how that feels. It's a form of gaslighting, but I don't know if she's doing it intentionally. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't know if she's intentionally doing it, but that's what I was saying. Her version of the truth isn't necessarily accurate to what happened or what even the other person experienced. I'm not saying they should, but it may have helped to record any of this.
But we did see a lot of it.
Yes, the stuff we saw
Yeah.
on screen, such
That
as
wasn't enough.
Matt coming on stream and immediately threatening to murder Moody and then throwing Scarlett's hat in the fire and claiming that's the only thing I've ever burned of hers, whenever she claims that her baby blanket is also got ashes and stuff on it. Maybe Matt didn't throw it in the fire, but he threw it in the fireplace and it got all ashy as a symbol of, next time it could be on fire. And she, just conflated the two because she just watched him burn her hat and then thinks that it was her blanket that also got burned because it had the ashes on it. I'm just making things up. This is conjecture, but it's hard to figure out what the truth is when she doesn't even remember what she said a moment ago.
That's exactly what it is. And that's why we can only go by what we saw. And again, I think we saw enough.
Mm-hmm.
We saw enough that they should not be with each other.
Together,
Yes,
physically in the same
keep 'em
place.
apart.
Which one's in the
Period.
right
Keep 'em
and which
apart.
one's in the wrong? It doesn't matter.
Who cares, right? If
There
that's not
there
our-
is abuse going on both sides, I think.
Agreed.
That's kind of what I was getting at. Is Matt's response to how Scarlett is yep, keep them apart. There should be Matt should move to Florida and be 1,500 miles away from her because he's off the hinge enough. Whether if it's physically abusive, he's doing mental abuse. That hat shit. That's not okay.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what I mean? That's
it's so unnecessary if he's
I mean
stable.
that's a crime. He committed a crime, destruction of property.
Oh, please.
and exactly. So that's enough. Even if it's not as bad as I think it really is, that's enough for me to be like, dude, it's go away, because you're making yourself look worse. Sorry, go away.
Yeah, if you're gonna impulsively do that on stream, what are you gonna do off stream when nobody else is in the house?
That's my
Exactly.
point. We
And-
already saw so
And that's
much.
understandable why she was so worried about her friend Jen, who was there, because she is projecting that Matt is going to do whatever she did or he did to her to their friend Jen. Now, based on my understanding of the situation, Jen and Matt have been friends for years, and Scarlett and Jen have only been friends since Scarlett's been around, which, makes sense. And it seems like Jen was on the side of Matt because of that loyalty of friendship, and also because Scarlett doesn't seem to remember fully what had happened. Scarlett claimed that Jen had locked her in a room to separate the two. However, after a lot of back and forth, Scarlett could not confirm how or if the door was even locked, so it seems like Jen put her in the room, closed the door, and that was it. And then Scarlett interpreted of her being imprisoned in there and went out the window because of that.
Yeah.
That is a big escalation, like
But
I
sorry.
understand
I
a
think
friend
fight or
trying
flight-
I understand a friend trying to split you two up. That's the right thing, especially if she is impartial and she is friends with both of them. She seems like she is. She seems to care about Scarlett, and
But as a
separating them
goes-
two was a good call. I agree. Yeah, fight or flight, sure, whatever. But if Scarlett, again, I don't know if it's substances or if it's just how she is, but if she gets that worked up or she needs to go out the window just because she was put behind a door that is not locked, then it is instability. There is a severe lack of being able to hold yourself together and even put the story back out there. Like, if the door was locked, that's understandable. If your friend actually locked you in there, barricaded the door, was holding you in there or whatever, and shutting you in there, yeah, sure, you got to get out of there, especially if you feel like, now that Matt can come in there and you're stuck in there, sure, get out. But if the door wasn't locked and all she did was like, hey, you need to come in here for a minute, I'm going to talk to Matt, you calm down, close the door, that seems like what actually happened. I don't know. But it's something, and everything drastically spirals out of control, and it doesn't seem like it has an end to it.
Yeah, no, well, it's not going to help when we keep. It's pretty much content farming at this point. I don't care what anybody says. The fact that she was on Brennan yesterday for hours, Kevin
Was she
old
really?
enough to know better. Like, really, Kevin? Grow the fuck up. Like, like
Yeah, this
is too much now. Like,
has been going on for a week, Dee Dee. It started New Year's Eve. Prior to New Year's Eve night, that night, it started again. Then, like, we already had we're putting little bits together, but then Scarlett has been on a tear on every show. People keep sending her the link because they can't not they know she'll take it. Matt will jump on to defend himself, and it is content now. This is a week long exploiting a Jerry
exploitation,
Springer.
1,000%. And for Scarlett, having been in the industry that she is, to not recognize that she's being exploited scares me as well.
That's kind of why I think she's in the industry she's in.
I mean, not all of that work is exploitation, I don't think, but
No,
Well,
but
it depends on if you're self-employed or not.
that's my point. Yeah, so I don't know what her situation is, so I don't want
Agencies are definitely exploitative. If you're self-employed and you know whatever, and
with
you're
an agency.
exactly. So I mean, but like
Oh yeah,
they definitely can be. If she's with an agent and blah 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 blah, then
I'm my own pimp.
she's very likely going to be exploited, especially knowing her and her willingness to agree to things. But I'm hoping that she seems self-employed because she said she hasn't worked in a while. So I assume if she wasn't self-employed, she is now.
Karma gave her 200 and then blocked her.
Well, I mean, cool.
No comment.
Is that how much it costs to get rid of her?
Oh,
200?
well, that's funny. Wonder how much the price
Possible.
tag is on my head. Actually, I know. I've been told.
That was a thing.
I have
back
$3.
in the day. I think
Can't
that's
afford me
one of the
any.
things that started to dabble was paying to get Stevie Lou off of MLC.
Oh,
How much to get rid of
gosh.
Stevie Lou?
We'll do anything for that.
So I think my big conclusion for the thing is that they need to definitely not talk to each other. And I agree with you that anyone that has them on the show now is just exacerbating the issue
Mm-hmm.
on both sides. Matt's made his side clear, I think, and Scarlett hasn't, but I don't think she can.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
So I don't think there's a point in going forward with it.
What do you feel about the situation with Mersh feeling like they overstepped Melton and Moody
They overstepped what?
by having her on because Mersh seems to have
That would-
been handling the situation?
Mersh was handling? What do you mean?
No, that's
Exactly.
what
No,
he
he thinks-
said. He
Yeah, no,
mentioned.
he thinks he has some sort of possession over the Matt Mead Scarlet story because he was doing Scarlet Watch. or
Yeah,
whatever
so
on
I
his
think
Okay,
he's the one.
Even if that's
who-
true, this was not an intentional thing. This was not the plan. They, like I said, Moody and Melton were covering BYB, just watching
she was
Scarlet
watching.
on there, and they were going to get to the end of that and then probably move on to Bauer or something else or whatever, you know? It was going to be a 12-hour stream, but they didn't even hit that because they got fucking exhausted by all this. Totally understandable. I would have too. I can't really say they overstepped or that they did the, because she was in the chat and then they're like, just come on here and explain this because we're not going to just read all these chats and you're not going to super tip this all, so you're not going to get your side out here unless you come on the stream. And if it blew up into what it was, I think that's just because of the circumstances. Having Matt on at the same time as her, probably not a good idea. I'll admit that.
Yeah, that was a bit much, but again, they would have spoke anyway.
Yeah. If it wasn't on there, it would have been somewhere else. And
Yeah,
at least on there, it was
moderated,
moderated and less explosive because there were selective muting on both parts. People were being removed.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess respect to them, but Jen and Matt did not come at the same time, just screaming over each other. It was either Jen or it was Matt.
Mhm.
So I mean, Tim's got it right here. Adding fuel to the fire. And Eckel says everyone is as guilty as the other. Whoever had her on, paid or not, nice or not. Yeah. So especially after that stream, everybody needs to stop having them on. If they do their own stream, nobody can stop that. Whatever, But like, I would advise people not to have them on.
Agreed. I will second that notion.
Yeah, the New Year's night thing that conspired, that was not planned to go that way at all. And like I said, I was not ready for that situation to be presented in front of me, and I was like, and I had to deal with it right then. So
It was
and
yeah.
every time I tried to be nice and commiserate with her, she would like do that thing where she like gets verklempt and puts her hand over her face and is trying to stifle a cry. And I can't do this. I can not on
I'm
a
a
New Year's night when it's supposed to
crier.
be drink.
So when I see her
It's-
cry, I'm just like, oh, I would be a mess
I-
on stream in a time like that. So thank God
I need to be in the room for that kind of thing because I'm a weird, touchy-feely kind of guy. If you're crying, I would like to be able to give you a hug and let you let it out a little bit. And I
love
can't
hugs.
just watch it happen in front of me without like feeling some type of way,
Right, like
and
you
so
want
it's
to
like,
fix it, but like how?
you can't.
You
I know
can't.
better anymore. I know better
Yeah, I
anymore.
know
You
too.
know.
I can't even fix myself. I can't fix
Yeah,
anybody
yeah,
else.
so I you gotta clean your own room, right?
Right? Exactly my thoughts.
Do we have any other thoughts on this situation?
I'd like to wish them both well.
Yeah, of course.
In the words of Ray DeVito, I wish you well.
I think it might do Matt good to be single for a while. I don't think he should rebound and be with somebody, especially in this time currently.
Have you ever met anybody that is one of those I can't be alone peoples? I'm not like that. I'm very much a solitary person.
Yeah, I've sort of been single since 2020.
It's a little bit longer than that for me, but yeah, like it doesn't bother me. Like, but I've seen other people that like I've had roommates and such that's like they got to make a phone call or have somebody over all the time or and it's weird because it's like the exact opposite of how I am. And I don't know if Matt's that way or if Scarlett's that way, Like, are they trying to form an attachment so they don't feel isolated? And they
Well,
keep just,
That's a
in
good
this case,
thought question.
and in this case, Matt had an agenda of dating a porn star. Like, I know a little bit more about Matt's background than I should.
Is
but
that a
was,
true statement? He's like
I
said
think
that.
I'm a notch in the belt kind of thing. I don't know if I heard it from it was a thing that he was like, because he's part of the comedy scene. He's not a comedian. I was air quoting there. I think he like is a supplier of things, material, let's say, to the comedy
Okay.
scene, and that's why they hang out with Gino and Kiki and stuff. And that's why he was at the Content House with Chrissy and them. They met there because Chrissy does her own podcasts. That one of them was called The Wet Spot, where I think she was
Yeah.
deliberately having porn stars on, and then Scarlett became a reoccurring one, and that's how she got into all of this. And it's just, it's not a good situation, man. It's just it's all bad all around. Like you guys said, nobody's happy here, and it needs to be left alone and let it be handled
Okay.
in their own world, in way over there. Because those are two other people, Kiki and Gino, that inserted themselves. Sorry, I'm done now.
Chrissy Mayer is 1 for 0 now. 1 Dabbleverse, awesome, cool. Scarletverse 0, new. All right, let's.
One win, one loss for sure. Sorry, I was coughing.
I think we can close that topic out. Any other closing statements for that?
No, my well wishes. That's all.
Okay. The the last few things I want to cover are mostly video game related. So if you want to hop off, you can. Otherwise, feel free to stick around.
Hop off. All right. I guess I'll do that since I'm sick and I'm going to watch and chat.
All right. Thank you very
Yes,
much. I hope
Bye,
to.
everyone. Follow me and engage with me. I'm gonna take over, Annie. Thank you. Follow me at Loophole Lady on X. Engage with me, and I'll be very happy next week. And I'll try not to say anything about any of you in the chat. How's that? When I say what
Fair enough.
disgusts me, none of you will be what disgusts me if you engage with me. It's not a threat. It's a promise.
All right. I hope you have a more disgusting disgust next time.
Oh, hush. Goodbye, Annie. Bye.
Bye.
Sir.
Bye.
Thank you very
Am I
much for
engaged
joining,
now?
Dee Dee. I'm not sure. I guess you're gonna have to find out whenever she shows up to Vegas. If she brings
Okay.
you a ring, you know.
Here we go.
All right. So, as I mentioned, you did the streaming of Poker Night. That went nice. One of these
So,
months, I would really like to get OJ on. That would be really nice. Another person that we missed that normally is there is Snugs. I hope he's doing well. I haven't seen him reply to me yet. That's unfortunate.
Oh,
And I know that Megan, the Is It Gay review girl, she mentioned that she would be into it after the start of the year. I forgot to reach out to her for this one, but come February, hopefully we can get her on as well.
yeah. I would rather have more people because the table seats 8. I'd rather be able to have 8 to 10 people in the group, maybe even 12. Because if half shows up, then we got a good night.
Mhm.
If everybody shows up, I wouldn't be upset if I had to just hang out and stand around. You know, it wouldn't bother me.
Right, yeah, like what's nice about the casino floor is it has the multiple tables there and it's still like private. So technically there's only 5 seats at the blackjack table, but there's 2 blackjack tables.
Right.
So
That's
10 people
that-
could be playing that while a lot of people can play craps, and then there is the roulette and then super roulette and then there's all the slots.
Accurate.
So, you know, the only thing you can't play in the casino room that I really wish they would add is a single
Yes.
poker table.
I agree. I would a 10-seater poker table would be great.
Like in the Casino One room, there is plenty of room there at the beginning of the room. Like you start on that little stage and then you walk down the stairs towards the rocket launch game. Right before the rocket launch game, there's a room for one big table there.
Yeah, I know. And what do? Do you email them and say, hey, could you do that? And then they'll just be like, yeah, sure. In like 20 years, we'll update that for you. Don't you worry.
It's unfortunate. I know there's some perks for like the paid version of the game where you can play games in your own personal suite. You don't even need to go to another room. But I don't think you can invite people there. I'm not sure. I think maybe you can invite people to your suite. I don't know.
That's a good question, too.
The other game we've been playing is some more Grounded. We're still trying to hit the end of the month for the review on it, so we got to get some more sessions in there. I've been spending a lot of time grinding up. I got myself the roly-poly armor. I maxed that out. I've also been slowly improving the zipline hub, making it so it has more of an array. While I was out exploring, I also found 2 more field stations. So,
nice.
there was one way out in the garbage area that we didn't get, so I got that one. And there is one that it's like buried underground. And it's buried underground, and there is a room, like... Okay, you know, south of the milk carton, how there's all those mosquitoes there, and then even further there's that weird field full of larvae?
Yes.
So there is a chamber underneath there somewhere that is completely full with larvae. That's like their breeding room or their hatching ground or whatever. So it would be a really good place to farm the bug parts we need to make the brittle stone, since we are slowly running out of that with the natural occurring one throughout the world. Those don't respawn.
Yes. And that's where I need to grind. I need to get I need to pick an tier 3 armor and get the crossbow and the tiger saber is pretty good. The one from the tiger mosquitoes.
I'm very, very close to getting us toenail swords.
Okay, that's what it was.
That seems to be the strongest weapon besides the antlion sword. It's like a great sword, but we haven't gone to the sandbox to fight the antlions.
Okay, yeah, that's another spot that we the garbage area. I don't remember so much. I do remember getting sizzled up at the sandbox. That was not good.
What sword? Toenail? Yes, a toenail sword. It's as disgusting as it sounds, and it's just as deadly.
Yep. We had to get some clipped toenails out of an ashtray.
Yeah, the scientist, I guess that he sits on his next to his shed, listens to the radio, and clips his toenails. A freak.
I know that's some good environmental storytelling too. And that's another thing. Like, I need the lore stacked together now. Like, I need to go back and look at, like.
What's really nice is they keep it in a log, so you can go replay all the audio logs and reread the things.
Yes, I was looking at that last time. Not when we were playing, but like right after. Because it's interesting. It's like nice to know.
Speaking of which, we are at the point where we are to the next. So there's 4 main labs at the beginning of the game. I don't know at what point the halfway point is, so I won't even call it the chapter 1 or whatever. At the beginning of the game, there's 4 main labs, and once you get those, you find out the scientist is missing, and his last known location was the shed. So you go there, and then you need to get into the shed, and that's where we're at currently, is getting into the shed. We have the credentials to get in there, we just haven't walked in there because I want to do that on stream because it's a new lab.
Stream, yep. Yeah, no, the last couple times we played, it's been like that recon, just a little bit of extra exploring. That's kind of chill to watch, but it's quiet. Like, it's just me and you hanging out. You know, oh, I'm running over here. Oh, let's go kill this beetle real quick. You know, it's not story driven, like to kind of keep a little more interesting. I do like doing that. Like yesterday, so we'll tie it back a little bit to the poker thing, which was just a very chill stream. There was a few people in the chat. People from the chat went and got the app and came and jumped in. It was a nice thing. But with streaming Grounded, I want it to be a little more action oriented and we're going to do this tonight, you know, that kind of thing.
If we're streaming it, yeah, because it's a great cozy game, but it also has a lot of action, so it's good to split it up, because otherwise you get fucking at least me, I get burnt out when I'm just in combat for 10-15 minutes. Like when we were doing the termite place, I was like, fuck, can this please end?
I know there was a lot of them, and I was almost there to the end on my own, but I didn't want to. I knew something was coming, and I didn't want to just die because that's, you know, doing it solo I would have. But it was fun, like working my way up there. I needed the practice at the combat and getting timing down. Like there's timings with different insects.
Different insects and different weapons, depending on what weapon you're using on different bugs. For example, you can use your typical tactics against a ladybug or a ladybird or the roly-poly, but they're heavily resistant to stabbing and slashing and chopping usually. So your faster weapons aren't as effective, so you need to learn the hammer timing. And the hammer is a lot slower but does more damage, especially since it breaks through their armor. It's hard to get all 3 strikes in if you don't learn the timing on it because of how slow it is. Especially with ladybirds because they're fast. So you need to get the timing on them. What's the worst on them is the tier 3 insects start adding delays on their strikes. So you can you're oh, I got you, block. And then you drop your shield for the perfect block, and then they're like, ha, got you.
I know.
The ladybirds and the ladybird larva are my current most hated enemies.
Is that what the ones with the extra lunge?
Yeah,
They'll be
the
running away and they just like bite your ass. Oh, I hate, dude.
ants
Oh.
ants have a bit of a lunge, yeah, sure, but the larva, like, they turn into a magic missile when you're not looking at them.
It seems like it. Like you just and I'm deliberately fast.
Right,
Like, I got
you'll be like, oh,
spider
I'm
armor,
gonna
I
I'm gonna
got
switch to my spider
mutations.
armor and my mutations and run full speed, and then they're still bite. How?
Two. It's the second one that really gets me. I'm like, no fucking way. Come on, man. No way. Because I'm running my ass off. I should. They're not that fast. But I agree. Like it's super fun though. Like when you do get perfect block and they get knocked out for a second and you just start going yeah and start stabbing. Cool. It's a fun game. I really have been enjoying this one a lot.
I really like we're not even on the hardest mode. I really like the innate difficulty in the game because there isn't like crazy combos. There isn't like combat is not advanced and enemies aren't easy and most enemies aren't squishy. So it's just a battle of endurance for the most part.
A lot of times, and it's but it's not like an inflated hit bar either, though. It's
With the
like they have a
exception of the
it's a
shield
fair
bug.
amount. That one was kind of much. That was the one with the really big one, and we were just kind of we had to go stack up. That one is 100% endurance. There's also been good boss fights. I mean, we're kind of doing this. I like talking it out though, because it'll be a better podcast later. The one that was annoying was the timing one, because I'm not always good at that, and where we had to jump over the lasers and then duck and then fight at the same time.
That fight was kind of
That
nuts.
one-
Like, I almost hope there's more fights like that because all the other fights are, this bug does this bug does that, this bug does that,
Mhm.
watch out for this hazard. And that fight was, all right, I'm a boss, here's my minions, and here's the death arena. Die.
Yeah, and that's what it was. It was like, all right, just get good or don't. And
The arena didn't
I
do
got
that much
good
damage,
enough,
and you
so-
couldn't do that much damage to him. So on both sides, it was just keep dodging, get 3 hits in, keep dodging, get 3 hits in, keep
Mhm.
dodging. So yeah,
that's-
I do
that's
I
how
do
we
like
did
that
it,
about the
yeah.
game. The game is just endurance.
the
A game
lore's
that
good
has
and it's
also
kinda
made me
fun.
have to endure is
Mhm.
Ghost Runner 2. I was a huge fan of Ghost Runner 1, and I really do like Ghost Runner 2. But they lost the sauce by trying to put in too many ingredients. So now there's tasty bits, but I can't find the sauce, you know?
I get you.
They added a motorcycle. They added a motorcycle, and before I played it, I heard negative things about the motorcycle. I'm like, I mean, if they implement it like the Batmobile, it's probably going to be fine. You know, the Batmobile section was good. They just did way too much of it way too often, and they were too long and too numerous. You know, it was just there was too much Batmobile. If there was a couple segments and then the racing segments, I think the Batmobile would have been a slam dunk. They just made you use it the whole fucking game. So it's the problem. And that's how it was. Like, I've left the tower now, and now, because I'm out in the open, I have this motorcycle, and the game has become like a weird free roam? Levels before were like 30 minutes if you were like quick, an hour if you were shitty, and you could get them down to like 10, 15 minutes if you were like really good. So it's like a skill,
speed
whatever.
run.
Yeah, you could basically speedrun it if you know the map and know the route and you're not bad at putting inputs in. Once I got the motorcycle, I had to learn an entirely new skill set. I know how to drive a car in a game, you know, I've done it in hundreds of games. The bike, though, is different because everything is so quick in Ghost Runner and you die instantly if you touch anything. It's a one-hit die game.
Mhm.
I like that, but whenever I am driving at 300 kilometers an hour and there's enemies coming at me, obstacles coming at me, and I have to make jumps and get within the correct time, it just becomes a weird mini game in a game that's about parkouring as a robo ninja. I don't hate. If it was a different game, I think I would like the motorcycle. I really do. But I'm playing this to play Ghost Runner. I don't know why there's a fucking motorcycle. And the worst part is like, the motorcycle segments aren't just run, kill, go quick, race, all the stuff I just said. Once you're actually out in the, like, it's like, drive up to this gate. Now hop off the motorcycle, parkour around, open the gate, get your motorcycle to the next section. Oh, now there's construction equipment. Parkour over there and figure out how to get the construction equipment across with your bike. Why do I need the bike? Why can't I just parkour across? I'm a ninja.
Yeah, that's a weird mechanic to throw at you. Like, I don't want to say halfway because I don't know the length of the game, but yeah, it completely changed the feel of the game from being like a Ghost Runner game into you're just a guy out in the middle of the wilderness now. I mean, the environment.
It feels like
is great. I
Cyberpunk
like it.
suddenly.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring it up while you were streaming, but even the soundtrack that was happening.
Somebody
behind
clip
it,
Annie shouting,
like,
"I'm a ninja."
I'm a ninja. Oh, that's a good one. But like, yeah, no, even the soundtrack to that was going on, like, sounded very Cyberpunk 2077. I was like,
Well, yeah, I mean,
are they trying to keep that aesthetic? Or are they trying
the
to?
the soundtrack has sounded like that. The soundtrack is not like it does sound like that. They have the exact same sound font. It might even be like this.
Okay.
The guy's brother wrote this fucking soundtrack. They're very similar, but that's like cyberpunk music. It's like that's what that genre is. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like industrial dubstep, sort of.
No,
you know,
no. Well, it's more or less like you said. It's the instruments and the choices that they make of the sounds that they were using. Like
the big gripe
specifically
is
one's very
once I'm out in the desert
over that.
now, there's the soundtrack is gone. I'm listening to like desert noises and shit. I'm listening to thunk 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 whooshk, whooshk, thunk 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 whooshk, as I'm grappling around. Where's the music? Where's the combat? Oh, it's on the motorcycle.
Yeah, no, they give you that gimmick where you got to jump off the bike and then use your chain to get back onto the bike.
Which, again, I'm fine with, but not in this game. I don't know why it's in this game. If this was a mode in the game, it would be fine. If there was one level of this, it would be fine. If I had to drive to an area, like, okay, the big gripe that like solidified it is the last mission I played, I go up to this bridge, and it's like, oh, the bridge is barricaded. There's 3 towers that you have to deactivate to get this barricade open. I'm like, am I playing Halo now? What the fuck is this open world? Go deactivate fucking things to open a bridge shit. Fine. Each of those should have been one mission each. It should have been like, all right, which tower do you want to go towards? All right, boop, select that mission, now go. And then they should have made it a lot more linear and narrated and curated. So then I'm like doing like all the zigzagging and all the bike shit. And then once I get to the tower, give me a hole in the tower mission, not just parkour up, turn off a switch, zip line down. It sucked ass. This mission was bad. It was bad.
I missed that it was. I thought it was that. I thought you were going because
No, it was
I
free
seen
roam.
you
I
going to
had
one-
to pick one. It was just all in one mission. The mission took me like an hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah, I had to tap
That's
out. It was
way
getting late.
too
I was
long,
done.
especially since I can't just save and come back. I had to
That's
force
weird,
myself
too.
to complete the mission. If they would have been split up into 3 missions, even 6 missions, you know, get to the tower bike mission, in the tower mission, then you know
Right.
you get back. That would have been fine. I would have been actually really happy with that. But I don't like that the whole mission took me 2 fucking hours. The game is supposed to be quick sessions. Like I said,
Minimal
if I'm speed running, the mission should take me 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's like a deliberate to fuck with speedrunners kind of thing too, because you got to get on the bike, and it wasn't very. You had to figure out which way you were going. It wasn't like directed enough. The roads were all half broken. You would just drive in a direction and maybe run into an area you can't cross anymore. You know, it was very strange.
Yeah, I don't know why they decided to add this. It just feels so wrong. I'm hoping that, like, I get to the bad guy's stronghold and they blow up my bike, so I don't have the bike anymore. Like, that is very bad for your player to want you to remove a mechanic forcefully from them.
Yes.
And it really sucks because I like the game.
Everything else has been pretty cool so far, especially like I was really enjoying the action puzzle rooms. I'm sort of half watching because I'm gonna play it myself at some point, but now I probably will like not enjoy the. I know I'm not gonna enjoy going through that tunnel as many times as you did, where you got to memorize the path. Okay, I got to move over here, then I got to dodge the pylons. I need to get over to the right more, please. You know, like that's not gonna be fun, and I don't like when games do that to me.
Yeah,
Don't force me into a grindy bit.
it shouldn't be pattern recognition. It should be a reaction test.
Yeah,
You know?
it felt like that with Star Fox because like I know to bring up an old ass game, but there's like when you're first flying in, it goes up and down. You know, like it's like that. There's like obstacles in your way, and you do remember which way they're moving, but some of them move too, which kind of randomizes it up. You know, so it is a reaction test. Oh, it's going to be up and down, so now I got to be in the opposite. That one was straight up just like walls and set things blocking you, and you had to rotate the tunnel, or you went around the tunnel to avoid walls.
Yeah, if the camera was better at that segment, I feel like it would have been a little bit better. Like, you should be able to see further down the tunnel. Instead, it's like kind of at an angle, and especially while you're boosting, you can't see too far in front of you because of the FOV change. It's just, there's so many gripes I have about it, and it shouldn't be in this game that I have no other gripes about.
I'm curious to see what's after this section then, if it goes back to it or not.
Me too. Because I really don't want to play a game that I don't enjoy. And I'm at the point where I'm no longer going to force myself to. So if this game gives me another mission like this 3 tower mission, I think I'm just going to bail on it. If I want to play Ghost Runner, then I'll just go play Ghost Runner 1, or I'll play the roguelite mode, you know?
Yeah. It's probably the better mode, I would imagine now.
Just a shame. Speaking of games that I like, though, it's been on my wish list on Steam for a while. Subnautica. Snugs, who I mentioned was absent from the poker night, gifted me Subnautica, which has a VR mode. It's not VR supported, it has a VR mode. So you can put on your headset and you can play the game on the screen on the little goggles, but you can't use the little grip controllers, which have like the arm tracking and the hand motion, and like if I'm using my mining tool, I can't do this, you know, I can't move it around. I have to just use the joystick with the controller, which is fine. But I wanted a VR game, and that's what I thought this was. Like, I could swim around in the ocean and be in VR. That's what I wanted. Turns out somebody made a fantastic mod for it, which I struggled to get to work, but I did get it to work. And it adds the hand tracking and like a VR wrist like HUD, instead of it being like on your eyes, it's over here on your wrist, so it's not out of the way, or it's not in the way. And it's actually pretty good. I really like the level of immersion to it. I have 2 complaints though. It's not a perfect mod. And because it's a mod, it doesn't have perfect interaction. Like, there's some things that are just slightly off about it because I have a different setup than the guy who made the mod. So, you know, there's slight differences. The other gripe is, I don't know if it's the game or, again, the mod, but the game is prone to crashing, and the game doesn't have an autosave feature, so I'm going to have to make sure that I'm constantly saving, because I don't know how much progress I lost the last time I played it, because the game crashed before I could correctly quit it. So I don't want to be in a game that is like Grounded, which Subnautica is. It's an explore, craft, gather, build, upgrade type game. you need certain materials to get to certain areas, and those areas have certain materials that you need to get to the end objective, etc., etc. Your goal in Subnautica is to build a base and survive long enough to get extracted from the world, which is never going to happen. So it's kind of like an endless thing, and you get to explore more of the world. I don't know where the end game is, so I don't want a game that I don't know if there is an end and where the end is, and then play like 6 hours and then my save get erased, and then I'm like, cool, there went all my base, all my time, you know. So if I can get a mod to make an autosave, that'd be great. I would really like an autosave button, but whatever, a quick save button, I guess, would be, because not auto, it's manual, but
Right.
that's pretty much my
yeah.
my gripe on that. The positives, though, are holy crap, it's immersive, and holy crap is it VR is able to give you a sense of scale that looking at a screen never can. The ship that is crashed there in the distance is huge. It looks just like a picture on the screen on like 2D, but when you're getting up to it, you can see how fucking massive it is. And not only that, because of that, it's an alien world that you've crashed on, and there's no like real fish. There's stuff that is similar to real fishes. As I'm swimming around this the ship, the water's dark, it's irradiated, and I don't know what's out there. And then suddenly this huge like flesh leviathan creature with tentacles and horns comes out of the water, and it genuinely scared the fuck out of me. Which I like. I like actually being immersed and actually feeling things when something happens in a game. Like, ah! I was not happy about that situation. He didn't eat me, thankfully. I was able to like get into a part of the ship where his mouth couldn't reach, and he didn't eat me, so thankfully I didn't die. But it scared the shit out of me. And it made me confirm that I do not have a fear of the ocean, the depth, the dark, all of that. No, I have a fear of what's in that shit. I'm fine with exploring. Like, if I had like a little bubble that just emitted a light, I'd be like, doopy-doopy-doo, woohoo, and swimming all around, and I wouldn't have to worry about anything. But when I'm just a little guy in a diver suit with a flashlight, and there's a giant, like, whale-sized demon that comes at you, I'm just like, I'm fucking dead.
Yeah, the wildlife is very interesting in this game, and that was a fun experience. I missed the intro a bit, I think, so I don't know exactly how your pod landed there.
The ship, you're just in the escape pod. The big like star cruiser is just flying and about to crash into the planet, and you escape pod. Apparently, there's like four other escape pods. You're number 4. 3 others. So you're number 4. There's 3 other ones. I guess that's one of the stretch goals, is to find the other escape pods and see if there's other survivors. The game is co-op though, so. Maybe those are the other survivors, other players. I don't know.
Yeah, similar to like Grounded, there's 4 in the briefcase in the beginning. There's 4 hid spots, but there's only me and you, so the other 2 are empty.
She said stretch goals. Yeah, stretch goals, like long-term goals. Not like stretching. Those are Ashley Cummings goals. Although I should probably.
Oh yeah.
I think it's time to wrap up, unless there's anything else you want to cover. I'm gonna double check. Let's see. We covered Ghost Runner, covered Grounded, Red Dead. I have been playing it off stream.
Yeah.
I've committed to not playing it on stream because Red Dead is not optimized with running OBS on my system. Until I get a 2 PC setup, I can't stream it, and I probably won't. So I'm just gonna play it offline. I did a mission where I robbed a bank, and I got a bunch of money, and I used it to buy a ton of guns and ammo and all the upgrades. So now I have a pump shotgun, I have a new pistol, I have a nice bolt action rifle, and I upgraded my rapid fire rifle. So I have a basic I spent $1,700 back in the Wild West on guns and ammo and upgrades and stuff. So I walked into one shop and I started upgrading my stuff, and then the shopkeep was just like complaining that I was taking too long with the metal, and I was like, you know what? fuck you. And I put the gun back in my pocket. I walked out. I drove my horse halfway across the state to a different town. Walked in there. I sat down my gun. And I said, I'd like to customize this. And the guy's like, whoo-wee. And he's excited to help me. And I'm like, sweet. Now I'm just going to come to this shop now. Because fuck that other guy. I don't want to. It's bad enough.
Hilarious.
It's bad enough that the NPC doesn't stop talking while you're shopping. I don't want him to be bitching at me.
I know.
Yes, drive your horse. That's the correct horse. That's you ride a horse and you drive it. Driving is the making it go. Maybe it's not the correct nomenclature, but it is correct definitionally. Behave, ride and drive your horse are both correct.
Yeah, my horse has a steering wheel implanted in the back of its head, so I just gotta yank him around. It's easy.
You can drive cattle too.
It's true. Nomenclature.
I digress. Yeah, so it was
Gotta
funny.
have some semblance of what a cowboy is.
It was funny. I was upgrading it, and then I like exited the menu to like go into the upgrades to like get like a new bandolier. And I spent so long like customizing the metal on my gun. I picked it up and put it in my pocket. And the guy's like, "Now, if you don't mind, can you head to the door? I'd like to go home." I'm like, "Shit, I have been here all day." Excuse me. I went outside and waited till the morning, and then came right back in. And I'm like, "I'd like to spend $1,000 more, please."
See, that's kind of, it's funny because, you know, if you weren't spending money, yep, the guy would be upset. But because you're dropping $1,000, you would think that they would react differently. Like, I understand it's not that level of game. You know, it's a little, Red Dead's older now, and that's not the AI NPC style. But like, if you drop $1,000, they're like, man, I'll stay open for you all night. You need some more guns, brother? I can make some bullets right now. Like, that would be just as good. Like, I agree. I don't need some guy fucking harassing me while I'm dropping hundreds of dollars. And in today's money, 1,000 back then was probably close to.
I probably spent like,
now,
yeah, I probably
you know?
spent like 20 to 70 grand at this guy's shop.
Exactly. You paid for him to live for the next year or 2 years. You know what I mean? He's good. I'll make you whatever you want, man.
Right, and the guy that was in the smaller, poorer town, he could have had all that money, but instead he decided to be a cocksucker and tell me to hurry up. I'm sorry, I'm sorry I can't decide whether I want onyx or blue metal. Okay, it's very hard to decide. Nickel and silver are very hard to choose between because silver is nicer, but the silver in the game looks like it has like some wear on it, so you have to use it on parts that you would want to look worn, and the nickel isn't as shiny, so I have to think about these things. And then meanwhile, the guy's like, "Do you mind?" I'm like, kill yourself.
In Red Dead.
Kill yourself in Red Dead with this gun I just bought. Here you go. It was funny because I went to go look at one of the pistols and I sat it down and the guy starts explaining it to me and I'm like, never mind, I don't want that. And he just immediately was like, oh, okay then. And then as I come back to it later, he sits it back on the table. He's like, as I was saying, and goes back to what he was saying. And I'm like, now that's a good touch. He's gonna give me the sales pitch for this gun.
Nice. Yeah, I do like that game. I enjoy watching you play too. The T-bone accident with the horse was still pretty funny. That was the last time I was watching you play.
I
The
crashed
physics
so
are great.
hard, my
It's good.
horse died.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Well,
I
okay,
mean,
not
like,
not died, down but not out. She hit 0 health, and I had to inject her with adrenaline to get her back up.
Yes, that's how that works.
She did not. She did not actually go to the grave. I would be very upset if my horse actually died. Because I have a very good horse. I have a very fast racehorse. It's fast enough to outrace most NPCs, except for when you're in missions where they, no matter what, are faster than you. And
know,
that's pretty
I
much
think it's
it for
great that-
for the Red Dead stuff. Unless you want to have anything else to say.
No, I just think it's great that that's kind of what turned me off at first, but I think I want to play it more now because of the horses.
Yeah, the horses are pretty good. I like when you get a good horse, you build like an attachment to it because it's like a living car, to use the driving again.
You gotta take care of your car. I mean, horse, man.
Right, like your horse, you're riding it too hard, and your horse starts going, and you're like, oh, all right, hold on, let me slow down, because I do not want this horse to die. It's very inconvenient if my horse is gonna die, because there isn't fast travel. If you don't have a horse, you're gonna have to walk.
Oh, that's cool.
The only fast travel is the
I do
trains.
like that.
You can go to the train and like take a train to another train station. And then there's another one where you can unlock like a carriage at towns to take you town to town. But that's about the only fast travel.
Yeah, okay, and that makes sense too. Sorry, I keep talking.
No worries. The last thing I want to bring up is that I'm going to try to get my site updated with the. I already have the current schedule, but I'm going to get the newer schedule up there. I'm going to try to get it done while I'm on WATP. So you can check that out and check out all my links. And I want to thank everyone for joining, especially Dee and Jake. Thank you very much, Snake, for being here and helping produce the show. Go follow Spurg Snake at Spurg Snake on YouTube and Twitter. He does great streams on Monday, as I mentioned. And if you want to support him, supertip.gg/snake.
And /Annie too, don't forget.
But that's been my thing. If somebody wanted to, they would have done it already.
All right.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
What's on Wednesdays, grab your gear. Level up, now the show's right here. Annie's voice cuts through the air. Pixel dreams we all can share. Jumpstart your heart, press play. Devilverse calls, don't delay. What's on here? Devilverse calls, don't delay. What's on, here we go. Annie leaves the video flow. Power up.
I hate Spurg Snake and Annie.
On Wednesdays, we take a ride.
I hate Spurg Snake and Annie. I hate Spurg Snake and Annie. I hate Spurg Snake and Annie. I hate Spurg Snake and Annie.
Controllers and neon
I hate Spurg Snake and Annie.
winds, free twilights. Cheat codes hidden in the stream.
I hate Spurg Snake and Annie.
Dream. The portals open, step inside. In the Devilverse worlds collide. What's on, here we go. Annie's world's the ultimate show. Power-ups and pixels collide. On Wednesdays, we take a ride.
I hate Spurg Snake and Annie. I hate Spurg Snake and Annie. I hate Spurg Snake and Annie.
Well, I hate you too, Eckle. Fuck you, stupid British cunt.
Hold on, let me hit the thing.
I don't want to hear your stupid fucking half British accent, you faggot.